I'm bringing you straight to the action. What about Botox? It's gonna be my makeup for today. I cannot believe that I just did a cosmetical research without coffee. Whoa, I'm going to have a sip. Probably it's gonna be a very unexpected place for me to start my vlog. Usually I do it nice and cozy at home, in the airport, or in one of my trips that I did in the past. And this time I was like, I'm rushing to work. I don't know what is the time or perfect time to start this vlog, and I was feeling, why shouldn't I do it on a time when I'm actually just living life, you know? So I am living life. I'm going to work. Before my work, I usually stop by to get my nails done. This is the most convenient thing that I just found for a recent year. And somebody told me about this nail technician in Lithuania. And every single time I have the shift in Lithuania and I'm working here, I'm trying to match my nail appointments. I usually do my nails every 2 to 3 weeks time. I honestly prefer it every 2 weeks, but in this case, I'm gonna be doing every 3 weeks because she's not available, I'm not available at the time. So I still find that my manicure just stays so well even after 3 weeks, and I don't know what kind of magic she does, but she does my nails in 40 minutes and it's just like beyond beautiful, and it lasts. Back in the days I used to spend at least 2.5 or even like 3 hours in a chair of like beauty therapist, manicurist, and my nails never lasted so well. And now it's 40 minutes, it's fresh clean manicure, and I can go continue my day and go to work. So today we're going to work together. Obviously I will be not filming my patients, but probably I'm gonna tell you a few things because there is one little treatment that I have tried a few days ago, and that's a new area of Botox. And I don't know, did you notice anything that changed? But maybe later I'm gonna show you where exactly to look at. But I had done Botox treatment, and that's not in my forehead, not in my frown, not in my eyes, and I absolutely loving it. So a sip of coffee and we're going to work because we're gonna have our first patient in 45 minutes. I cannot believe that I am so much on time today because it's Monday, and Monday usually is the day when everything goes not the way you plan most of the times. Okay guys, let's go. Guys, not gonna lie, every single time I take my vlogging kit to work, I feel like, am I lying to myself? I have full day of bookings, and when I'm gonna do it, at one point I always try to skip any coffee breaks, any tea breaks, and at least say something to the camera. And most of the times I'm running late or somebody needs to add something extra, and that never happens. So today, because I promised, I actually skipped the coffee break because this day it happened. We had one cancellation. Honestly guys, about cancellations, I am a very chilled person, but I had probably very rare cancellations, but most of the time is from the people who are like new and who never been to me. And I think since they don't have that emotional attachment to me, they don't feel so guilty to cancel. All my clients that know me and they coming to me, usually if they cancel, they have an obvious reason that it's very easy to have that human chat, and then we find always a perfect spot for them in the future. And I don't get offended if people cancel, you know, but if you have the explanation for why they cancel. But today I had a client, she's supposed to come to me 2 times already, and both times she had canceled her appointment with no reason, just 30 minutes before appointment. I don't know how she gets into my schedule. I just spoke with girls that work in the reception, and I told them, please just look at the client's history, and if she constantly cancel, and we have so many beautiful clients who come from all the way from different continents of the world, and they plan them visit, why would we give a chance for somebody who clearly doesn't respect somebody else's time? So that's about the cancellation. What about Botox? I had my Botox in my forehead, and I had my Botox in my frown and around the crossbeat where you smile, and I have documented all my Botox journey in this reel on my Zing Skin Instagram. So if you want to see how the Botox kicks in stage by stage, day by day, it usually happens in 14 days, go check on that reel, and you're gonna understand that Botox is just not overnight treatment. What did I did few days ago? So I always got asked about jowls, and I honestly have that kind of a little bit prominent to jowl face, and I see a lot of people online speaking about Nefertiti lift. I still don't feel that I want to try this treatment, and I might explain why later. But injecting DAO muscle, which is here, I was quite open for that, because this muscle is responsible for pulling down. So once we relax this muscle, we lose that pulling down, and for this reason the corners of the mouth, they get lifted tiny bit, and that helps with the jowling. One thing about this area, it's a very risky area to inject, because you can hit a risorius muscle here, and you can hit other muscle which is here, because the Botox sometimes can spread, or sometimes if you're not a very advanced injector, you can definitely inject tiny bit too close to the muscle, and it can hit the muscle that is a neighbor of the muscle that you want to treat. So what would happen in that case? Most of the time, if we hit this muscle, your mouth will be pulling down all the time like this. So basically what usually happens. If you hit the risorius muscle, kind of the same. You cannot like properly smile, and every time you smile, like your smile will be cricket. So I hope that didn't happen to me, and I will be filming a reel as well, how I started and where did I end it. So you're gonna find that reel on my Zing Skin Instagram. But basically what I noticed, every single time I speak to people, I do a lot of, movements, explanations. It's just me, and if I just move my, corners of the mouth down, I notice that the jowls are getting more permanent. So that's why I decided to treat this DAO muscle, and we're gonna see how it's gonna go, because it's still not a final result. We have only 4 days. I can definitely tell, because I did as well touched my mentalis muscle in the chin, because a lot of people, have that chin dimpling. It just looks like, like a little cellulite on your chin. Some people, when they speak, they have that, or some people, you just unconsciously pull them chin up. So like right now I cannot show you because it hit me so hard, like I cannot do that movement anymore, and my chin is pretty relaxed. I don't feel that my smile is affected. I think it's still good. And if I try to pull down the corners of the mouth, maybe one side is working a little bit more. So for the same reasons, because the muscles are not working the same on both sides, because sometimes one side is a bit stronger, you might need a touch-up. So I will try to document this, and if not in this vlog, you're gonna see a full result. You probably see in my next vlog, and we can discuss this. But honestly, I think I'm gonna love it. This is the first time I did it on myself, and I wanna see, will I like it, will I not like it, can I offer to my people, because who I am not to try. I'm here to try first and let you know, do you touch your face with that? So let's continue with the day, because people are waiting for me, and I hope nobody gonna cancel on me anymore, because it's a sunny, beautiful day, and I kind of get it. I wanna be in the beach. But life is different in this case, and I hope that you're going to understand that we have to really respect each other's time. Do you cancel on your practitioner last minute? Do you? I usually have such a horrible guilt, even if I'm sick and I have to cancel. I usually try to ask, can I come if I wear a mask? That thing is not good as well. So see you guys in a second. Yesterday we had fun at work. I hope you liked it. There is not much I can show you on the actual patient, but very soon we can discuss my case. How did that Botox affected all of my muscles and beauty? This morning I'm starting from Pilates, and honestly, not gonna lie, for past week I abandoned my Pilates. When I was in London I was working out a lot. When I came back I didn't do nothing because my period hit me. I was feeling not in the shape of working out, and now I'm finally getting back. We have few issues because today I'm coming back to my fitness regime, but I'm traveling again. But this time I'm traveling just to my hometown where I gonna see my family and we're gonna celebrate my mom's birthday. And I am staying there. So I need to make a perfect plan how to get everything with me, that tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'm not gonna skip my workout. The day I was receiving questions on my Instagram and people were asking like, how is your Pilates journey? One lady, she left a comment, we would like to know what is your weight, how it's changing, how it's affecting your weight loss. So I feel like somebody is right now tracking me, and it's not like I feel a pressure. I feel like I have a little bit of a responsibility to give you updates, how I feel, what do I do, how that week went. So I think it's good. So let's go do Melania method. I am still on the beginner's month. I think in a 1 week I'm gonna be starting her like full Pilates method, but I think even the beginner was a good thing to start.
Intense sculpt workouts with the weights or so forth, you are killing it, you're banging it, because these are not.
I just realized that I promised you something about going back to my hometown, vlogging, my mom's birthday party, and it was such a lovely time that I completely forgot to vlog. So I will try to catch up on that tomorrow. It was such a lovely evening. We had a really beautiful dinner tonight, and I think the beauty in it was that I totally forgot that I have to film, that I have to make some evidence of it, and I haven't. So I haven't touched my camera. I touched my phone obviously, but I haven't touched my camera. And now I'm back at my home Kaunas apartment and just sitting here alone, thinking about these memories that are totally worth it, of going to sleep a little bit later, or even like forgetting a few things to do because it was my mom's birthday. She turned 66. She was so happy for us to be there. She had her friends over and we had like such a lovely time. We ate a most beautiful tasty food. We had champagne, we had desserts, we made a lot of jokes and laugh, and it's life about it. So I'm feeling so happy that I just managed to book my schedule, that I will be off on this day, because many times have been that I am in London or I'm working. So for the past few years, I started to prioritize my family events because I feel like it's sometimes sad to speak about it, but we have to just be very, open and kind of logic to these topics that we don't know how long we're gonna have our parents around us. And us who have them, we are so lucky, because I have so many people around me, so many clients and people I know, that they no longer have this joy and they cannot spend time with their moms or dads and they wish to. So don't take it for granted, and understand that it's not gonna be like that forever. And if you are your own boss, or if you can just kind of turn your schedule around, and if you can make that day off, and if you can make that trip to see your parents, please do that, because I think the older you get, the more you want to just have people around you. Back in the days, I remember I used to compensate my not being around by fancy gifts, maybe supporting them financially. And right now I still do, but I noticed that it doesn't really bring my mom joy. Like, I can buy her whatever she wants, and she honestly doesn't want much. She just, she's very happy with what she has, and she doesn't really require for any fancy stuff. We do a few trips a year, like maybe one trip with me, one with my sister, one in Lithuania, one abroad, and she's happy with that. She's happy with collecting those memories, but she's happy the most when she has us coming to her house, when we all together. And I think that's something that when you get older, that you just really appreciate the most. And it's not about the fancy stuff. I can buy her, I don't know, like a fancy stuff for her wardrobe or home, and it wouldn't be the same as me being there. So I'm very happy that I just planned my time. So I'm trying to encourage you, if you have possibility of doing so, please do. So I'm back at my home. I'm about to get my evening routine just to remove the makeup and go to sleep. I'm not gonna film that because I feel like a little bit exhausted in a good way, not in a bad way. And I took a book with me. I was feeling like, okay, I'm gonna be alone at our Kaunas apartment, and maybe it's gonna be a good time to, just stay on my thoughts and maybe start something. So for a past few weeks, I'm thinking about something new that I would love to, get deeper into that. And I will tell you what is that. I think not even maybe a year ago, I was gifted from one of my friends a book, and this is a book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And this is basically not even a book, it's like a thoughts and like a daily journaling of Marcus Aurelius, written almost 2,000 years ago. And if you're familiar with the Stoicism, so this is like a really, really great book for practicing Stoicism. And I am kind of new here. I know what Stoicism is, like, very superficially. And I knew Marcus Aurelius, I knew Seneca, Epictetus, but I never really studied much that I can, be like very well spoken into that. And it's like, I don't know, when she gifted this book at the time, I was like, just put it nicely somewhere in our apartment in the shelves, and it looked nice. But then I feel like I keep like thinking about touching this book, and a lot of people are doing mistake that they read this as a book. It looks like as a book, but it's not a book. Basically, you cannot just take it and read it the whole 300 pages. It's not 300, this one is 150, but you cannot just read it as a book. The best practice of Stoicism is when you read few sentences or few chapters, not chapters, probably a few pages, and then you just try to implement into your daily life. So this is how is the best of reading Stoicism books. So what is the Stoicism? So Stoicism is a philosophy that you kind of focus on what you can control, and you don't focus on the things that you cannot control so much, and you don't waste so much energy on it. Stoicism teaches you discipline, teaches you not always, but like never use your emotions for taking crazy decisions. And it's kind of teaching you everyday life wisdom. And in these meditations of Marcus Aurelius, it's like a lot of wisdom in these words. And it's not like when you read a quote and you can understand instantly what is it. You have to think deeper, and you have to try to implement it in your life. So I want to start with Marcus Aurelius because I'm thinking getting on Plato, on Seneca, Epictetus later, and all of them, they have like a different approach. And this is something that I'm thinking for a while, and I'm following even one group on Reddit called Stoicism, where people share how this changed them life, how it actually changed them seeing things, seeing decisions, seeing them, emotions, seeing the wealth around them, seeing what truly matters in your life. And probably right now, I sound like a drunk person, but I'm not, because I'm just having water. I'm having water, and I just wanted to tell you what is new on my bookshelf. I always try to share, guys, what I'm reading. Remember, a few days ago, I was like a few vlogs away. I was sharing the book that I was reading about business. I still have it, very few pages left. But I was like thinking, on the flights or in the daytime, I'm gonna read that, because then my mind is like, really taking all that info. And after a good book, like if it's like really mentally stimulating, like to do more, it makes me very awake, and I feel like I want to do something with that information. But for an evening, I cannot read business books, because then I feel like I read a chapter and I want to implement it into my life, and I feel like I need to do something. I need to create a note. I maybe need to try something, what is like advice on the book. So for evenings, I want to read something calm that leaves the idea in my mind, that I just kind of study in my mind. And I feel that this is a perfect book for evening, just to, think of gratitude, life, wisdom, and how to become a better person. So no more about that right now. About my supplements. Every single time I travel, the biggest probably nightmare is to plan what I'm taking with me. And honestly, I don't own 5 bottles of magnesium. We have 1 pack of magnesium, and we share with my husband. So like, I was like, if I take it, then he cannot like have it tonight. So I was like always having this travel box. I got it from Amazon years and years ago. I think like 2 or 3 years ago, not years and years and years, 2 years ago. And I kind of like marked where is what. So in my like reading, it's like a mess, but for tonight, I just packed it in one little box. And what we have magnesium, we have GABA, and we have L-theanine that kind of relaxes your brain. So I'm gonna take all of that with my water, and I am going to read few little pages, think about it, have a restful sleep, and then see you in the morning, and we can start a day together. So good night, lovely to see you. Sorry for not vlogging, but sometimes I feel so grateful, but I just forget that all of this exists, Sometimes it's nice. So good night, and see you in the morning. Good morning, guys. I'm bringing you straight to the action. I woke up this morning feeling, again, a little bit not like rested fully. Today, as I mentioned yesterday, slept at our like Kaunas apartment where we usually just visit. We don't live here. And I don't know, is it because it's getting hot in Lithuania and all of the Europe right now is experiencing those heat waves? It's not like it's in London and Paris. I'm going to London tomorrow, so I'm feeling so lucky that I haven't planned any work for today and tomorrow when we have like a 35, 38 degrees. I think these temperatures for cities like Paris or London is unbelievable, unbearable. I noticed that people get really anxious, they get a little bit more, like angry because they're tired of the heat, they feel sticky and so on. In the medical perspective as well, it's not great to do treatments when it's so hot because definitely you're gonna bleed more, you tend to bruise more, easier to catch the infection if you go, let's say, out and you're just getting into the tube because of the sweat and the bacteria and everything. So usually I do all of the precautions and I just apply a lot of creams and protection on my clients that they wouldn't get that, but still I have an aircon in my clinic, thanks God, so that helps a lot. So I don't know, was it the heat, which is not like a real heat yet in Lithuania, or is it a thing that I slept in a bed that I don't usually sleep and I'm very not used to the different mattresses? Because I think the mattress we have in our apartment in London and
2 minutes past.
in Palanga, it's very soft and delicate and I just rest there. So today I started with Medicube and you see I'm going in multiple directions. It's not really a technique, it's just I'm trying to debuff my face with a microcurrent mode. As I mentioned many times before, be careful with this device because it can definitely kick out your Botox. But I don't know, it just helps to push those fluids away. Just doing this motion and that's it. I'm not doing much, I just did 2.5 minutes. I have finished my Medicube PDRN cream and this time I got myself a collagen jelly cream. Feels very sticky and I don't really like it that much as I liked PDRN cream with those tiny encapsulated things, remember? So that was my go-to when I use a Medicube device. You can use this definitely, but like even thinking of the idea that some people using this as a moisturizer just surprises me because as a moisturizer, as it claims that it's jelly cream, I don't know, this feels sticky. So I'm gonna wash it out. Even to wash it is so difficult because it's like a jelly. Okay, this was way too sticky. And the moisturizers that I love, from the textures of moisturizers that I love, this is very against my rules. This is too sticky, too heavy, too, I don't know, make you feel like you have like oil on your face, something similar, but even not that, worse, like a butter on your face probably. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good. Okay. I feel like I am absolutely dying for coffee, but before I'm gonna go for that, I'm gonna apply a mask. And for the past few weeks, I'm trying to document all the masks that I'm using. And I'm gonna take a picture of that mask. Later, I'm gonna give you a bigger review on my Instagram Zinc Skin. But today we're gonna apply this collagen peptide sheet mask. This is a very cheap mask. Let me just take a picture of this mask. Okay, did a nice picture that later on I can create a review about this mask. Yesterday night I applied overnight mask, Biodance. I don't understand the hype of that mask. So I wake up around 6 o'clock. I have removed that mask because I don't know, like having a mask on your sleep, first of all, it just doesn't feel very relaxing because you feel it that you have it. This one is very simple sheet mask. It's just the simplest sheet on earth and you don't need to even, worry. So very simple sheet, very simple sheet. Yeah, you apply it, that's it, that's it. Got it. I like it when it just lays on your face like that. It's just great. Simple. I don't think that this is like a very crazy active ingredients, that they are amazing. Oh, centella leaf water. So that really comes down the skin. So it's amazing for rosacea skin. Hydrolyzed collagen, glycerin goes not in the first place. That's good. Serum hyaluronic. It's not a bad mask. Peptide goes as the last one. So basically, it's no peptide. If you know how to read the labels and if you know how the honestly like marketing of these products work and what order they have to put the ingredient list, from all of like 30-40 ingredients, the peptide is the last. So it's basically no peptide in this mask. You can forget it. When it comes to peptides, guys, you have to understand one thing. Peptides, I think all of the fatty lipids, hyaluronic acids, not maybe hyaluronic acid that much, but peptides, they are the most difficult ingredients to work with and to put them into skincare and to make it work. So if you have a great peptide product that it's claiming that this is a peptide product, usually it is expensive. And honestly, right now I'm gonna check how much actual peptide Eliza Skin has. In what order peptides goes in the ingredient list. This is 200 euros. I am obsessed of this product recently. And let's find the ingredient list. Key actives, full ingredient list. Yep, the full ingredient list in 90% of the peptide complex goes first. So this means that it's definitely peptide based serum. In the full ingredient list, peptide, second peptide, which is growth factor, copper peptide, go in the first 3 ingredients. So that makes this product so phenomenal, because a lot of brands that are claiming that they have peptides, they usually put so little that they can just tell that they have peptides, but actually they have like a very tiny amount. I want to check on Medicaid because I was loving this one so much for a while, but I feel that this is so much stronger. So let me see the ingredient list. View all. Medicaid liquid peptide is water-based. So the first few ingredients is water, glycerin, glycol, then sodium hyaluronate, then a lot of ingredients that are mostly stabilizers. And the peptides we have in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost like peptides goes around that area where it's like 20th ingredient starts. So copper is almost the last. So that makes sense. That honestly makes sense why Medicaid peptide cost like 50 pounds and why this gold cost 20 pounds. I cannot believe that I just did a cosmetical research without coffee. Whoa, I'm going to have a sip. Mask on, coffee in my hands. Finally, we can chill a little. 10:37. I have made myself a second cup of coffee since I'm doing my makeup, and I haven't filmed the full tutorial because sometimes it's just the same stuff that I do over and over again, and it's just my go-to makeup. This time I didn't really use something very new, and I was like, why should I do it, like, you know, again, for you to watch a thing that you watched me doing a million times. So that's why, guys, don't feel like missing out something, because you didn't. It's just my basic makeup with my recent products that I have been using in the past few vlogs. It's still a C Shadow foundation. It's still a Westman Atelier blush in the color Petal. It's still a Victoria Beckham bronzer, and it's still a Makeup by Mario powder. We're gonna add a little bit all on like this on the same go, the same stuff that we use all the time, Kaunas under eye brightening powder. I love this one because it just gives me that look that I just fully rested, even if tonight I didn't have like a proper sleep. And on the lips, maybe we can play something different with the lips. That I usually kind of have my favorites for lips, but maybe today I can show you something that I haven't before, or like a different combination. So you know that one of my best products for lips, and the most like probably that I use, is from Makeup Forever, and this is Wherever Walnut. But recently I got this pencil from Ilia, and that's a lip sketch hydrating pencil, and this is color Untitled. And honestly, it's a little bit warmer and a little bit lighter, but there is one issue: it's huge, you see. So I don't know how I will have to what is the thing when you just do this? You know what I mean. So I don't know how I will have to make it sharper, but for now it still works. I didn't got this huge sharpener. I have to look into, maybe Ilia has it for sale. So I love the color, and you can make it as a lipstick, you know. You just apply it wider. And I love this one. You know, guys, that I have semi-permanent makeup done years ago. And I have only semi-permanent lip blush on my lips, and I love it. But the story about it is that I have never had a touch-up session. Semi-permanent makeup usually works that you have a first initial treatment, and then you come back in a 4 weeks time, and then they just blended out all the imperfections. I never went, and I will explain you why in a second. So basically, I feel like every single time I see a patient for lips who have a semi-permanent makeup, they have that lipstick effect. And I ask them, do you have semi-permanent makeup multiple times? And most of the time they say yes, that they had few treatments done. And I noticed that the pigment becomes a little bit stronger and deeper, and probably that's the reason why those semi-permanent makeup blush looks become not a blush look, but it becomes like a lipstick look. And I really don't like it, and I really never want it on myself, but I had like a pretty pale lips, and I wanted just a very soft blushy look that even if I'm wearing zero makeup, going to the gym, I look like my lips is just naturally pinkish, but nothing close to the lipstick look. And I notice every single time semi-permanent makeup artists, they do a second round of the touch-up, they get that color that is too much for me. So my advice, if you like something what I have, and you don't ever even realize that I have something and you thought that, oh, she has like a lovely lips. I have semi-permanent, but I had only one procedure done. And even if I was invited and told by my practitioner that it's not gonna last, you're gonna regret that you didn't do the touch-up. I am so proud of my decision because I think it is exactly how I want it. It's just so nice and soft, and nobody would ever tell that I have a semi-permanent makeup. So that's it. I applied this Ilia crayon pencil, and now I'm thinking, what should I do with my lips? You know, sometimes what I do when I have just like nudish lipstick, I just take a little bit of the Rhode blush and I just apply it on the lips, so it gives that pinky pouch and it just lips look more alive, because when you apply nude pencils, sometimes they can look a little bit like kind of dead, you know, so we don't want that. And today I'm actually thinking about applying one of my Victoria Beckham products. So my very, very loved Victoria Beckham product is a Posh lipstick, and the color is Twist. So this color, I find it really nice for my undertone, for my skin tone, and at the same time is really hydrating your lips. So this is a quite long-lasting product. It goes good with almost any pencil, and it gives you that lovely, lovely, I don't know, juiciness on your lips. It's just like when you talk, your lips look just like, you know, healthy. So today, that's probably gonna be my lipstick that I will be reapplying all day long on all of my different scenes if I make any more of the vlogging today. I want to apply some extra blush. I did apply some Rhode Beauty blush. I love it, but I think I feel like I want something more. And honestly, Ilia, I love it. I want just a little bit brighter color. I'm planning to get it in London. I will do so tomorrow. And right now I'm applying a color called Breathless. Makeup artist who does my makeup all the time back home in Lithuania, she showed me this product and she said that she used it so much on the brides that it's just like kind of so like universe color that really looks good on any skin. But with the blushes, be careful. I always take some blush and I always go just on the palm of my hand just to kind of blend it out, and just then starting on the face, because it's just so easy to end up looking patchy. I used to hate blushes, and now I am dying for a blush. I think it's just something that industry made us love, because it just truly come back. I love how healthy the face look with that. And that's gonna be it. That's gonna be my makeup for today. I'm gonna be with this. And I have told you many times what I hate matte dry makeup. So when the people come to me and they say like, I have like combination oily skin, if you don't have breakouts, if you don't have spots, and if your skin is slightly shiny, I find it so attractive, so beautiful, because every single dry product gonna emphasize the lines. So if you're in your 20s, you can do it. But if you're in your 30s, 40s, and even 50s, please keep in mind that if you're using a very dry mattifying makeup, it's gonna definitely emphasize all the indentations, all the lines, all the crow's feet, everything. So that's why when I turned 30, I noticed how do I like start to switch from a very mattifying dry makeup to a very like dewy, moisturized makeup. And I feel like makeup nowadays is becoming more like a skincare, because Westman Atelier, Rhode, they understood this and they started to create more creamy textures, and a lot of brands are going right now that creamy direction. You can use, of course, a dry bronzer just to create the shadows and stuff like that. You can use some powders to touch up, you know, a super greasy areas, but honestly, I feel that a dewy, wet makeup is way more attractive and it makes your skin just look fresh and glowy. This is how I feel right now. So it's not enough because it's me and I love that wet makeup. So we're gonna continue and finish all of the makeup look with my D'Alba Rich Hydrating Spray. And this is a white truffle spray. It's a very viral product, honestly. A lot of girls are talking about this one online. So I just do like, you know, a few sprays all over. And then you just can reapply during the day. It's quite refreshing. It makes your makeup just kind of all blend out together, and I love it. It smells good, it feels good, it creates a lovely shiny result. It doesn't make me greasy, and it's worth of trying because it's not expensive and it is so good. So guys, I'm gonna continue my coffee. A little bit of my Hermes Barenia. It's so not summer, but I love this one so much. It just gives me that empowering feminine vibes, So, continuing with my coffee, maybe I'm gonna film one more reel about a brilliant idea that came today into my mind. And I'm gonna continue my day because today is my anniversary with my husband. We're not doing nothing special, but definitely we're gonna be together. And I want to enjoy this day because then a very busy schedule is ahead. So I have only one day to relax until I'm back to my jam. So see you guys very soon. When I was shopping in London, I forgot to show you what did I got. And I got a few pairs of sneakers. I have mentioned that in a previous vlog. It was a huge bag of the office. So at the King's Road, the office, I got these on sneakers. I'm thinking what exact model this is. This one. It's not written, but I think it's Cloud Tilt. But I will check on it. This is not in collab with Loewe. This is not fancy because there is way more fancier. They started to do collabs. Don't even look that I'm not wearing socks. I know it's gross because I forgot them. And I'm about to leave the house going to see my mom and then just gonna drive back to Palanga, spend a day with my husband and then fly to London. So this is my life. But these guys, these are the most comfortable shoes on earth. And I don't care who says what, that everybody's starting to wear them. If you're gonna have my life, let me zoom myself in. I would have my life when I have to stand on my feet, when I have to run sometimes at the airport, when I have to drive for like 300 kilometers, when I have to walk my dog, when I have to run in London. This is the type of shoe that you just want to wear. So these are amazing. I love them. I bought 2 pairs of these, that one gonna be for work, one gonna be for gym, and actually, in totally 2 pairs of these. And for a gym, I got similar but different. It's white and it doesn't have this bit. It's just already closed, so you just kind of stretch it out and put your feet in. But it's just great shoes. Nothing fancy, just a very simple look. This is what I'm wearing because I'm gonna be driving, listening to podcasts, and just that's it. So I just want to feel chic and sporty. Yesterday, my sister, she gave me compliments how expensive I look with this jacket. She said that you can instantly, without even knowing, tell that this is expensive stuff, that it's something like Zegna, Loro Piana, or Cucinelli, because it just has that finish, every single detail. So last year, I got this for myself as a gift. It was as well around my birthday month. I usually do a lot of gifting for myself in May, and I should probably think of that I should get myself one thing, not like 10. But guys, this is about quality stuff. This is not cheap, this is expensive, but since I got this Loro Piana jacket, which is reversible, I haven't even looked at any because I constantly wear this. This is amazing for London weather because it has this, I don't know how exactly it's called, but basically if it rains, it just drops and it's like umbrella kind of thing that you don't really can get wet with this, but then it has that reversible side, and this is more like a cotton blend, so I never wear it other side around. I love this side and I love the color, and there is a navy color and there is a softer beige colors. I wish to have them as well, I wish, but for now. I cannot afford to have more of this expensive stuff, and I love. What is wrong with my mouth? Like, I think it's that Botox start to hit my tongue. I hope not. But anyway, maybe I just speak too fast. Anyways, guys, I think it looks good with my watch. It looks good with my Oura ring. It's just like, you know, all these silver details just matches all together. And of course, my OCD loves that there is no logos anymore, because, you know, I'm no longer a logo person. I'm wearing just a Massimo Dutti tank, Massimo Dutti jeans, Loro Piana. I don't know how to tell this Swiss brand, Tag Her watch, that it's like a very old watch. It's like, I got it like probably 8 or 10 years ago. It's not expensive, and it's my favorite watch. It is expensive, but it's not expensive as people pay for watches. I don't desire to have any fancy watch, at least for now, because I don't feel safe in London wearing something like that. So that's it. That's my look for today. Let's continue the day. Guys, today a very weird situation happened to me, and I know that it happens to people around the world all the time. So I have to fly to London today. My ticket got oversold. You know, sometimes it happens with avia companies like Ryanair, and probably mainly cheap ones, that they oversell the tickets. So basically what happened, that the ticket that I have was sold 6 times more. So like right now I'm waiting, will my flight happen or not? I'm still gonna go to the airport, but I'm not sure will I fly over. I'm still gonna enjoy my meal. We at the family restaurant having my iced latte and our favorite bellinis with cottage cheese and strawberries, even some sour cream. And and I'm gonna wait. If no, then I have to hunt another flight. Probably it's gonna really mess up my schedule, but yeah, that's my life. So see you soon. So wish me luck. I'm going to the airport. The story goes like this. I sit at the airport, basically wait before the gate close and see how many people check in. If, let's say, some people miss some flight, they decide not to fly, so then I will take that flight. What is the issue is basically that Ryanair does it all the time. When I spoke with employees, when I spoke with other people, so it's just basically them stuff that they oversell a lot of tickets. So I knew that this happened, you know, but I never experienced that myself. So it is a bit annoying because it's a beautiful day where I can honestly do some work or work out or chill or rest or I don't know, even you name it. And now I will have to spend few hours to wait. Am I flying? Am I not flying? So that's a frustration. And then if I fly, all good. If I don't fly, I have to hunt another flight very early tomorrow morning, and that's not gonna be like a very perfect flight, but at least I will be there for my patients. So that's why I always fly a day before, just to, you know, kind of avoid all of this. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. In the second vlog, you're gonna find out how this story ended. And not everything in life is perfect, and we just have to accept these things, live with them. And what I learned, that just don't overstress myself, just calm down. There is something that I cannot control, and you see, this is already working. I told you few days about Marcus Aurelius meditations. So things that you cannot control, don't stress over, and let's wait what we can do. Okay, so see you very soon, maybe in London, maybe not.